So I'll go to May. May has 5 minutes before she needs to go, so we'll be super quick. But May, if you could just, I have 3 questions for you. The first question is, if you can introduce yourself, tell very briefly what you do, and also why you joined the OpenEX community. May, over to you.
Hello, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay, perfect. So thank you very much, Yaroslav. So my name is May Hamad. I am based out of the UAE, and I work as a senior marketing commercial manager in the FMCG industry. So the experience I'm having currently with the consultant certificate is great. And what led me to even join this community is I have a very close friend of mine who just had a chat with me about the whole foundations and the MTP and how you can find the purpose and how we can help organizations transform. And honestly, the discussion got me very curious to know more about it. And this is where I actually borrowed the book from her, and I started reading the first book, which is The Organizational Transformation. And just by reading the first couple of pages and watching Salim's videos on YouTube, I said, this is what I want to do. Even if it's not really directly related to what I'm doing today in my job, but this is going to open my eyes to a lot of things that probably the daily routine at work has made us very busy to look into. So then this is where I did the foundation course. And from the foundations, I started getting to know more about, the course itself. And I always wanted to pursue my career in teaching or in consultancy. And this is where the consultancy program was a perfect fit. The material we receive on the program is exceptional. I mean, I'm already using some of the concepts that we're learning through this course in my actual work-related activities. So it's been really an exciting journey. That being part of the community is more than amazing. I believe that I can always reach out to over 2,000 people and ask them for advice or support on certain aspects in my organization or in other organizations. And I'm learning a lot of new technologies and new aspects of applying the attributes just by looking through the circles and the feeds from everyone. So it's really belonging, and I think the sense of belonging with a purpose is what this course has given me, and it's been amazing. And probably once I'm done, the next step is to go through the coaching program to complete the whole circle. But overall, it's been great, and I obviously advise everyone to try it.
That's great, mate. Thank you very much, and it's great to have you part of the community. I only have one last question before you go. If you were to say maybe 1 or 2 concrete things that you think you have taken out of the certification that can be very useful for you in your career and in your kind of professional goals, what would it be?
Sure. I think the most important thing is to start looking as a bird's eye view over things, and then dig deeper into them. And this is something that this course has given me, where we look at an organization from the purpose or from a bird's eye view, scalability, and then we dig deeper into the attributes and how does the processes work. So it opens up your eyes to look differently at an organization or at a certain process, for example. So the whole discussion around that. The other thing is, you talk to people and you get out as much as you put in. And this is very important, whether it's for an advisory call or whether it is for reaching out to a community member. The details you provide and the direction you give or the objectives you would want to achieve is very important to be clear and specific in order to have back what you have expected. So managing expectations with a client, for example, is something that I've learned from the course, from the advisory call that I had to do with a client. How to manage what the client wants to see and what we can offer that is related to what the client's objectives are. It's that whole task or skill that you build through this course as well.
Awesome. That's great, mate. Thank you very much. I know you got to run because you have another meeting to attend to, but thank you for your time and for sharing your experience. It's very helpful.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Have a good day. Bye.
Great. Thank you, mate. And in addition, we have 3 more people, so I'll just introduce them very, very briefly, and we have a little bit more time with them. So we have Carlos, we have Omar, and we have Hans, if I am correct. So maybe we can start with my first question to all of you is, if you can introduce yourself, tell the rest what you do and why you joined actually the community in the first place. So we'll get to the program later, but just why are you in the community? Maybe we can begin with Carlos. Carlos, you can start us off.
Yes, Jaroslav, how are you doing? Hello to
well,
everybody. Thank you for the invitation. I think this is a good opportunity to share the experience that we have during the course of these 3 weeks that we already had in the EXO consultant certification. And look, from my point of view, more than explain the methodology, because I think you explained it quite well, and you show also the website. I would like to share why I am here and why are my takeaways in the time here. From my point of view, the people that is here is because they somehow know something about the EXO organizations, or they has been touched by innovation process or something related with new ways to do things. And I believe here you will start to see differently the organization, because you see that the organization has a lot of potential, but it's not easy to get it done. And this is something that it's really helpful. One big takeaway for me is you will learn how to put new things inside of the organization and avoiding the immune system that the organization has inside. Always the new projects or all the projects that they are disrupted or innovated create some problems inside of current organization, and this will sorry, yeah, thank you. And you will see how the organizations are killing the new projects, and here you will learn how to avoid it. There are several tools that you can use in the community, and my big takeaway that the community and the people who are in, it's really helpful to everyone. So the people is willing to share, to give, and you will start also to giving to the rest of the people. And this is something that is not common in a business organization or methodology learning. So this is one of my big takeaways.
That's awesome, Carlos. Thank you very much. You've answered the question I gave, and even the question I was going to give in the future. So you've answered everything. So thank you very much. Great. Let's go to Hans. Hans, if you can introduce yourself, and please, if you can all mention where you're calling from, I think it's also quite interesting because you're calling from different places. But Hans, if you can maybe just introduce yourself, where you're calling from, what you do, and why you have joined the community.
Sure thing. I'm Hans Villa. I'm calling from my car. I'm calling from Mexico. I'm calling from Mexico. I'm running to another meeting as well. I'm the general director of an innovation lab within Mexico, and we are part of a larger group of companies that has a lot to do with technology, with feeding people, and a lot of things. So my first introduction to the EXO concept was like 3 or 4 months ago. It was not a while ago. So a person recommended that I listen to the audiobook. I did, and I forgot about it for 2 weeks. And then I got into a meeting with a company that we were starting to consider buying it. And the first thing that popped into my mind is a vision problem was being considered. And then a person from the company that we were going to buy said, oh, but our MTP is this one. For massive transformative purposes, this one. And that's what's supposed to be guiding us. And then it completely clicked. And I thought about 10 times where I could have used that clarity within our group in order to guide the directors and in order to take the innovations that we were considering and really tour them into some direction. So then I said, okay, let's see if I add another certification to the program, and I got in. However, I had to agree with Carlos. Carlos is one of my teammates as well. The greatest thing that I got out of the program was the community. To be able to reach out to other people, to be able to listen to other opinions that are clearly stated and in a methodical way, really enabled me to grasp the concepts of the EXOs and really be able to think how I can apply it. So definitely, if you're considering this, don't just look at the syllabus or say, hey, we're going to be learning about these concepts. Get into it, because you're going to be having 2,000 more people that you're going to be having this back and forth of opinions, and I think that's the great one. So yeah.
Awesome. That's great, Hans. Thank you very much. I have just one last quick question. If you think of the consultant certification, and you being a director of an innovation lab and obviously working with clients a lot in Mexico around innovation, what do you think are one or two concrete things that you have learned over the last 4 weeks that you can apply, now or later within the work with your clients?
Okay, so concrete ways, definitely the methodology. When you read the book or you listen to the YouTube videos or whatnot, you will not have the methodology that we went over in the course. That's definitely the case. And that really places you within a process that you need to execute. So having the methodology and having the tools was really clear for me. It was one of those things that you said, okay, so it's not that I just have that concept out in the open that I need to tell to my clients or the user internally, but I have this methodology and I have these tools that are readily available and that I can link to the other methodologies that we obviously use, the business model canvas and the lean startup method and all of those things. So I think that's my main takeaway of this. The second takeaway of this, and it might be 4 weeks looks like a lot of time, but it's really not. It's really just enough time for us to cover the basic of the EXOs, and I'm one of those guys that's gonna go for the next stage of the course, simply because we were able to take a look at all of the concepts, but I feel that I need the sprint, right? So that I'm able to really implement those 10 weeks of methodology within my organization. We already have those things in two of the largest companies of our group. So we already bought a sprint. But even so, it's different from a participant side of view to take care of it, or just to go over it and say, hey, this is what I'm going to be doing, possibly with some of my new initiatives or with some of my clients. So yeah, I'm thinking methodology is the second one.
Awesome, great. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Hans. That's great. And Omar, let's go over to you. We have a last guest. So the first question is similar to your colleagues. If you can tell us a little bit where you're calling from and why you joined the community in the first place.
Hi everyone. Sorry, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay. So yeah, my name is Omar Sugasti. I am an ongoing certified EXO consultant. I'm about to finish the certification. I'm currently I'm a pilot and also working as a consultant in the sideways. I decided to join the certification because I was really passionate about the fourth industrial revolution, and the exponential organization book was a really eye opener for me. I decided I was really want to join the ecosystem to become like a global shaper, because through this methodology I've become actually some sort of a global shaper. Now I think through this program I was a really witness of how this methodology can actually change a company or a business or even an organization, governmental organization, and how they can change their mindset and put it in a different direction so they can become exponential and be prepared for the new changes of the new era of digitalization and disruption. So I think one of the key takeaways that I can give from the whole ecosystem, it's to being able to have access to this whole different type of knowledge and be able to share this information and learn from different amazing people, amazing professionals. It's actually such an enrichment experience for me, and it gives you a new perspective. It gives you a perspective and actually gives you a vision of actually being ahead of this changing curve of society.
Awesome. Great. Thank you very much. And last question is one key takeaway that you think can help you. I'm not sure in your pilot job, but maybe in the consultant side. What do you think would be one key takeaway from your consultant certification you think can be helpful?
I think the consultant certification, it allowed me to start listening, like where does the client was sort of stuck or maybe was willing to change or advance, and being able to listen to what the client needs allows you to implement or to share the knowledge that you already are getting from the certification, and be able to apply this to the client now allows the client to take another direction, or even the organization, the whole organization, to take another direction into an exponential steps.
Awesome. Perfect. Well, thank you, Omar, Carlos, and Hans, and May, who is not on the call anymore. But thank you very much for being with us and sharing your experience.